Yeah, I think that most people predicted a victory over the University of Waterloo. Those games can sometimes produce interesting results and a little bit of drama at times. I thought our kids really prepared well. Went down there with a lot of confidence. They managed the trip extremely well. Of course, it was a night game, and then being, I don't want to say stuck in the hotel all day, but it was it is a little bit different than the weekly routine that we would normally experience even on a road game. So these night games, they do sort of bring a little bit to the table. Our kids took it really seriously, showed up, played with a lot of confidence right from the get-go. Defensively, we were undermanned. Okay, we had left a number of pretty good football players at home, so the concern going down there was that yeah, we're going to beat them, but we didn't want a 17-14 game or something like that. So the offense, I thought, took it upon themselves that they really needed to produce. They went down there to make a statement, and I believe they did. So we certainly have more experience, and we're more athletic than them. With all due respect to them, I thought we played pretty well. All right, we did a lot of things well in the game, and the results were obvious. It was not a perfect performance, all right, but it was good. This week, well, this is I think this game has everything that people have billed it for. I mean, it's been circled on everybody's calendar for the better part of a year. So, both teams are interesting matches. Two great defenses. Both offenses have ability to score, but have had their ups and downs throughout the year. So it's an interesting matchup. It's going to be a game of mistakes. This group of Queens players, has, for the vast majority of them, has not beaten the University of Guelph in their careers. We lost to them in 2010, didn't play them in 2011, and of course, everybody remembers last year. So it was. So this group here, I think, has definitely got something to prove in this game, and there's, I think, quite a bit at stake. So it's homecoming. There's lots of excitement, and I think that. Lots of reasons to be tuned in to the stadium this weekend. Well, I think that the great thing about where our running game is at right now is that we're a much more balanced offense. Okay, and what that does, when you can run the football with some consistency, that actually allows your quarterback to get a little bit more settled in there. We can be a little bit more selective, less second and long opportunities. So. The running backs over the last 3 or 4 weeks have really come into their own, and the running game is now a force. We've been over 200 yards for the better part of the last month. Last week was certainly a bumper production. To have 500 yards in a game was an outstanding stat, and it was just terrific. I think we only threw the ball 3 times in the second half, so we were running it at times when the opponent knew we were going to run it. They knew exactly what plays we were going to run, and they couldn't stop it. We just had some tremendous athleticism. And this helped Bill out, quite a bit, because he got into very positive yardage situations on second down. The playbook was, pretty broad at certain times during the game, so this helped him. Obviously, you don't want to put your quarterback in 2nd and 10, 2nd and 11, 2nd and 12 too many times in big football games, especially against a good defense that plays, a lot of differentiated coverages, and they play a disciplined zone, that kind of thing. So, that can make it very difficult for him to operate. So I think that the way the running game is contributing to the overall offense is a real positive for the quarterback. They're 7-0, and I don't think it's an accident. So, they're going to roll in here pretty confident. We know we have a pretty good football team. There's no question about that. So our guys are hungry. This is going to be a game. Okay, I think it's going to boil down to mistakes. We're getting better. We're certainly getting better. We've had last week was almost a complete performance, save for a couple of plays. We got big play defense. We got big play special teams. We certainly got big play offense. We had ball control offense. We had a great running game. Some of the pass plays last week were, borderline spectacular also. So it was a big rebound from the week before. where I thought we had great offense at times, but we just didn't have the consistency. You'll recall in the game against Laurier, it was not the best day for the receivers. So I thought that they came back and answered the bell last week and, had a pretty good game. Not throwing it as often, but certainly there were some great catches in the ball game. Listen, I've had I've been privileged to have a lot of great backfielders in my career. Just a quick scan. I mean, Mike Souls and Jerry Eiffel in the Gill days were terrific players. Evan Davis Jr. And Scott Ashworth at Concordia, two terrific ball players. Brian Crawford, Michael Naville, Mike Giffen, Marty Gordon, Jimmy Terrian. And then, the last 3 years has sort of been the sort of Ryan Granberg chapter. But what I would say about this group here now is you've got, Ryan's career here at Queens is coming to a close. You have Jesse Andrews emerging. You've got Jonah Pataki now, who's been a great young, prospect. And we've had a great addition to our program with the arrival of Daniel Heslop, a big play guy, tough guy, physical guy. You've seen, spectacular bursts of speed for him. Any one of these guys could be the feature backs, on any university team. What they've all come to learn, I think, is that, people want to get the guy with the ball. So, it is there's a durability factor playing running back that, is a big part of that position. And I think we're fortunate, that we've got talented guys who can share the load. And I think probably all of them had to learn something about themselves and about the team, to be able to function in that environment. I'm sure if you interviewed every one of them, they would all like to say they would all like to have a few more carries, okay? But by the same token, they're all reasonably healthy for guys at their position, okay, going into the most important part of the season, which was the goal, so.